Kris, your team comes out pretty flat. You're down 2-0. You don't have a shot 8 minutes in. What are you thinking on the bench, and what changed for your group?
Yeah, I was thinking it was going to be a long night. Yeah, it didn't look very good. We, things weren't going our way. They looked much sharper, making plays. I'm not sure which line it was that kind of got things going. Obviously, the big turning point was the McLeod goal. But, it wasn't the start, but you've seen this right through the series where both teams have absolutely dominated, and then the other team has dominated. Like, it's been back and forth, and we didn't have our start, which is hard to overcome because you're down 2-0 in a game like this. It's hard to overcome, but I think we just got back to the way we were supposed to be playing. I think a lot of it had to do with maybe the turnovers at the blue line where we weren't getting pucks in deeper and they were just quick transition, and then we're just we're always in a bad position for that next shift.
Front row left.
Kris, what did you think of Corey Perry's game tonight and how well he's handled the last couple of weeks of not being in the lineup?
First of all, Corey was great tonight. I thought he played really well and what we wanted, and I think Corey's very consistent in his game. He was played tonight a lot like he'd been playing before, and you probably ask, like, well, why am I taking him out of the lineup? It was just kind of what we needed and who we were playing and who else is playing well, and but how he played tonight, that's what we were expecting, and we loved it. I liked his puck play. I thought he was good, composed on the wall, but even now getting away the games that he didn't play, he was still contributing to our team. Great mentor for our younger guys, even our older guys, just settling things down and being positive. So, great having a team, whether, he's dressed, he's not, but tonight having him in the lineup again was beneficial for us.
Fourth row left, Jason.
Kris, this is Cam's question for you. What's more important at this time of year, a good start or a good finish?
Oh, it's definitely the finish. You want to have the end. But that being said, just because the hole might be too big to finish strong. So, I'll say finish tonight because obviously that's the part of the game that we play better at. But down 2-0, I'm not sure how many times we can pull that off.
Tonight, Darnell, maybe his most physical game of the playoffs, I think, just looking at the hit sheet, but just watching the game itself. Ended up with 12 hits, had 3 blocks, had a key assist, and the 1 block that led to the shorthanded goal. What did you see about his game? Was he just more engaged in your eyes, or did you see other things that you liked?
Well, I saw a lot of the good things. The start of his game couldn't have been more unfortunate for him. He's in a position to defend a 2-on-1. They score. Face-off that we lose goes in, and just a awful bounce. And, that could have really set him back. That would have been really hard for a lot of guys to recover after everything's been going on. But I thought it was his best game in the series. Maybe in the playoffs. I thought he was engaged, yes, but I thought he was moving his feet. And, one thing Darnell is he one of the best in the league on covering space with his speed, his reach, and then finishing plays because of his strength. Those 3 attributes is, what really sets him apart from other defensemen. And tonight, those things I'm just talking about, I thought he was really, really good at that. It was nice to see him joining the rush a little bit. There's one that bounced over his stick. He had a good scoring chance. A lot of block shots, which he's always had. But it was a very, very good game from him.
Say in that same row, Frank.
Kris, one of the big storylines in this series was the depth that Dallas has. But when you get moments like you got tonight and shifts from Janmark, not on the penalty kill, but at even strength in the third, the lineup decisions and the tough choices that you've had to make, what does that say about the depth that you have?
Yeah, no, I think our depth we like, we appreciate what our depth is. Dallas's depth is maybe a little bit different. Their depth are guys that are more playing on the power play. Obviously, special roles too. Our depth is, defensive responsibility, especially on our penalty kill. Now, lately, they've been coming up with some key goals. Connor Brown has been part of 3 goals in the last 4 games. Janmark tonight, he's had a lot of good games this series or through these playoffs. Tonight was another one. He was really good for us. So, maybe our depth players aren't as flashy, don't have as many points, but for the value of our team, we appreciate them.
Fourth row on the right.
Kris, your penalty kill continues to be lights out in the playoffs. You only had to kill 2 tonight, but obviously a big momentum swing on that shorthanded goal. Can you just kind of talk about the penalty kill tonight and what you saw on that shorthanded goal?
Well, you think about key moments of the game. I believe that shorthanded goal was the game-winning goal. Like, that was a big turning point in the game. Another key moment was we got a 4-2 lead and we take a penalty, and this is their opportunity to get back in the game. It's their opportunity to make it 4-3 with plenty of time left on the clock, and we come up big with another kill. No matter who we've had in the lineup, we've had a lot of guys in and out, those penalty killers, but everyone's stepped up and take a lot of pride in that job. And it's very important to have a good penalty kill. It's good to be a power play, but it seems keeping the puck out of the net's more important.
Front row left, Bob.
Kris, Broberg played a playoff career high in terms of time on ice tonight, 14 minutes. Just your assessment on it.
He gave us everything we wanted. We wanted him to be able to move the puck up. His agility. We talk about how well Darnell covers the ice with his reach and his speed. Broby's very similar to that. Doesn't have quite the strength that Darnell does, but very effective at what he's doing. And you never know what you're going to get from a defenseman coming into a situation like he was tonight. That's not an easy place to be, coming in on almost a must-win game. And after you came off a loss, and now you're expecting, all right, you changed the fortunes, but he handled it really well. And, the way he'd been playing, we only saw him for a couple games, but the 2 games that we saw him at the end of the season, gave us confidence that he could do it. But even the amount of time and the reports, how well he played in Bakersfield, that else cemented how much confidence we had in him. So I thought he played really well. We had a tough decision to take out Vinny, because Vinny's been giving us everything he's got, and he's been good. But for what we wanted to do, we had to change some things a little bit, and he was the odd guy out, which wasn't easy for us.
Second row on the left, Daniel.
Kris, what did you think of your third period tonight and closing out a 2-goal lead?
I thought we did a really good job. Anytime you have a lead, you don't want to take a penalty, but, it was a tough one. I thought Zach got his puck on stick and then tripped him, and but the penalty kill came up big there. Overall, I thought it was good. I thought it was a really solid third period, and that's how we want to play. Probably get to Mark's next question. We got a third period goal. I liked how we played.
We'll take 2 more. Derek.
Kris, I just want to ask you about maybe the process that you and your coaching staff go through to make some of these changes. There some of the gutsy changes, bringing in 3 guys. You guys make gutsy calls, changing your goalkeeper, your goaltender in the last series. What is the process behind those decisions, and they seem to be all working out for you?
There's not a decision I make without consulting probably 5 to 12 people. There's a lot of talk, and it goes on for quite a while. And we talked about changing the forwards, and sometimes it's a little bit easier than other times, and other times it goes on for quite a while. And as for the defensemen, we talk to each and every one of my coaches. We do it together. I do it individually. And then we follow up. And last night I was talking to Paul again on the phone. deciding what we wanted to do, and we still hadn't made a decision that night, and we made the decision in the morning. It's obviously talking to Ken what we needed to do, and hopefully after talking with everybody and weighing the pros and cons, because there's pros and cons of every decision, hopefully we make the right one. But they're tough, especially when the stakes are as high as they are right now.
Last one, second row on the right, Andrew.
You're happy 1-1. How happy are you 2-2?
Well, anytime you are trailing going into a game and then you tie it up, you're very happy. You look at this series, and I don't think there's a game that either coaches or players thought, we could have won that one. And, there's 4 games that Dallas thought they could have won, and we felt there's 4 games that we could have won. And, it's been a good series, and, I like where we're going. I like stretches of how we've been playing. It's just important that we are able to do it for longer stretches.